Let's talk Sure-Trac tube top utility trailers. I've got a couple of Sure-Trac trailers sitting here. Both of these trailers have 3,500 pound axles. This being a single axle, this being a tandem axle. You can go much bigger than that, so this is kind of their entry level for Sure-Trac. I'm gonna go straight to my very favorite feature with Sure-Trac trailers, and that's gonna be the ramp gate. So let's head to the back. What's so nice about having a utility trailer is just how easy it can be to actually ramp up into the back. So this is a very kind of small standard 5x10 trailer. If you look here at this pin system, they didn't do anything crazy. There's no springs that hold it into place. So I'm gonna actually flip this upside down, and they leave just a little bit of a groove that this can pull through, and it pulls out like that. And same thing over on this other side. So gravity is gonna hold this down. I think it's just a simple design, but it works really well. We'll just pull right through and then gravity will hold it down. So what's standard on these Sure-Tracs is they're gonna have this spring assisted ramp gate. So it's actually probably has more spring on it than most because it's a smaller trailer, but look at how easy this is to go down. I think when you have a ramp gate that is wider, like their 7 wide series, you're gonna feel that a little bit more, but especially in this 5 wide series, it's got really good balance to it. So you can actually set this pin down in this lower series, and this will not be able to raise up, and that's a way to just make it so that your gate kind of isn't moving up and down. But the nice thing about using this top pin is these gates can actually fold in. So if you're going down the road and you have an empty load, they make it so that it's just simply resting in those 2 notches. But if you want to fold it inside, it will raise up on its own. So I'm going to flip it now the other way. And they do give you a handle, which is really nice. Because they give you this space for it to come up, this can actually fold totally flat. So that's a really nice feature that if you have an empty load to reduce your wind drag, that's something I really do like on there. Now, most of the time I don't do that. I actually prefer to have my pin in the lower position. So it just depends on who you are, what you're doing with your trailer. So really nice ramp system. I think that's a really critical kind of overlooked thing. Everyone looks at the rest of the trailer, but people like these utility trailers with the ramp. It's just how easy it is. I remember when I started business, and this was like 5-6 years ago, I was buying and selling used equipment, and I started with a snowmobile tilt trailer. This whole thing just get on and off the trailer, and then I finally discovered the utility trailer, and then on top of that, just an even better utility trailer. This is what it's all about, the kind of quick unload and load process. So that's a really critical thing that you should look at. Now, another thing that I really like about Sure-Trac as a brand is what they're doing with the rigidity on this entire frame. Even on a small trailer like this, we're talking about this 5x10, or we could look over to this 7x18 over here, they're gonna use a 2x2 tube. Anytime you can go tube instead of an angle iron upright, you're getting a lot more rigidity. Now, underneath this trailer is 3/16 angle iron across, right? So it's gonna be more of an L shape. That's honestly very much a standard for utility trailers, but also very much a standard that you're gonna see that for the uprights. I can't tell you how much using trailers, in some kind of commercial sense, I've seen welds break on here, and more rigidity, they're gonna hold up a lot longer. It's gonna keep your trailer intact, so I really like that. And as we move up the trailer, whether it be this trailer in a little 5x10 or over to the 7x18, you're getting a diamond plate fender. This is not gonna be a standard on every single trailer that you get. And also some of these trailers that you look at, you're only gonna see the fender. They're gonna add supports on the rear, and they're gonna add a nice gusset in the front as well. And what that does is it adds rigidity to this whole structure. And a lot of these trailers, as you get them, even on a small 5x10, I can actually step up onto this, a very big 6'8" guy right here that can step up onto that. It's not normal for a smaller trailer, right? So they're made, with such quality as you come around. And as we move up, you're gonna notice it is standard to have a spare tire holder on there. So that's really nice. And then you'll see towards the rear and towards the front, you are gonna get some stake pockets right here. You could build up with a 2x4 and add some wood in here, or simply, this could just be another tie down point. And now let's lay eyes on the front of this trailer. So you're gonna notice this nice A-frame. They're not gonna have a tube frame on here, but it is a really thick 3/16 kind of C-channel that's right here. This is a really rigid piece of steel, and I like that as it ties back in. Now, depending on what model you get, as you notice, this is gonna come back, and it's actually gonna end here on their smaller series of 5x10. But you notice on some of these bigger trailers, they're gonna come in here, and it's gonna wrap all the way down to the side, adding that rigidity. This has a 3,500 pound axle. So as you think about what you are hauling, this is standard really across a lot of different trailers, they're gonna derate it to about 3,000 pounds. because they're thinking about braking power. So as you look in the front of the single axle trailers right here, it's standard that's not going to come with trailer brakes. And kind of a telltale sign as you're looking at trailers here, it's going to have a 4-pin prong, and that's for the lights that are on the trailer. Now, if you look over to this trailer, you're going to also notice a brake box right here. Okay, so this has two 3,500-pound axles, and they're going to rate them for a true 3,500 each, because it's not just about what it can haul. You also need to think about your braking distance, and so that's why they're going to derate that, because they don't have a trailer brake as well. Could it hold it? Yes, but when you're going down the road, you want to think about your braking powers. This one has some pins in here that are also for the brake part of this aspect, so you can haul more simply because it's got two axles when you go to a tandem axle trailer, but also because it has trailer brakes. Now, another unique thing talking about those trailer brakes and the wiring that goes into it that Sure-Trac does that you're not going to see on every single brand is they're going to have these rails. Now, it depends on which trailer you're getting. This is actually a tube rail, and there's a tube rail on this other trailer as well. And the reason that they do that is they're going to hide the wiring on the inside right here, but they're going to wrap it until this point. And that wiring goes all the way down. Instead of it being exposed to the elements, it's going all the way down and popping out in the spots that it needs it all the way to the back end. You're not going to see a chintzy light that is exterior mounted. It's actually encapsulated in here, these LED lights. Now, when you get to this tandem axle package, they're not going to just give you a standard ramp gate. They're going to add this kind of ladder style of support. So let me go ahead and pull this up. And it's just a heavier duty ramp that you get when you get into this tandem axle package as well. Obviously, you're thinking of two axles to be able to hold more things. You're gonna be able to put a little bit more load on there because of this extra reinforcement. So as we walk back up to the front of these trailers, you're gonna come standard with two spring axles under here. You can upgrade to torsion axles. That's a really nice thing about Sure-Trac. It's been established for such a long time. It's got great brand presence here in the Midwest, made in Indiana. And with that brand presence, you're gonna get a strong 3-year warranty with these trailers. So they stand behind that. And then they also put a nice powder coat across this trailer with a high gloss black. And of course, they offer a lot of different color options you can get there. This is a zinc coated trailer jack, and I do like that, you know, just as far as not worried about the rust on there. And the rest of the trailer, like I said, has that powder coat. And also with that jack, what's nice is they do have this standard here where you can put it in that coupler that's almost in every single coupler that you see, but they add this rail back here to set it back. You know, as you pull that truck bed back, this is something that's not standard in every single trailer. They're gonna have this set back. So a lot of really nice features, a lot of attention to detail you're gonna notice when you get a Sure-Trac trailer. If we could be of assistance to you, we're located here in Jackson, Michigan. Come and join us, whether it's a standard utility trailer like this or something with some more bells and whistles. We can definitely help you here at Howe Equipment. Until the next time, we'll see you.